Hello again, dear listener. It feels so good to settle in with you tonight, like returning to a familiar, cozy room. As you lie here, wrapped in the quiet dark, I wonder if you've ever thought about how we learned to count the very moments that drift you towards sleep. The old clocks, the whispering water, the ancient gears, all of it holds a gentle story. So go ahead, let your body rest deeper into the mattress. Allow your breathing to slow and your eyelids to grow heavy. There's nothing to do but listen and let the night tuck you in. Tonight, we'll explore the quiet, curious history of clockwork and timekeeping, one fascinating detail at a time. It's perfectly fine if you drift off before the end, because these words are meant to carry you softly into rest. If evenings like this bring you peace, subscribe and I'll be here whenever you need a gentle voice in the dark. Now, let's begin. Deep beneath the waves, resting in a silent shipwreck for over 2,000 years, lay a mystery known as the Antikythera mechanism. When it was finally recovered, its bronze gears were corroded and still, yet they hinted at something extraordinary. Historians call it the world's first analog computer, a device built in ancient Greece to track the dance of the sun and moon across the sky. Inside, a complex series of interlocking teeth and wheels turned together with a precision that was simply lost to the world for a millennium. Imagine a craftsman, by the light of an oil lamp, assembling this tiny mechanical cosmos, capturing the heavens in a palm-sized universe. It was timekeeping not just as measurement, but as a quiet act of wonder. Before metal and mechanics, there was the peaceful, patient flow of water. Early water clocks, called clepsydrae, measured time by the gentle migration of liquid from one vessel to another. In ancient Egypt and Babylon, on nights much like this one, a person would watch a floating marker slowly descend, marking the drifting hours of darkness. There was no tick, no sound except perhaps the faintest drip, as the water stole away the moments until dawn. It must have been a soothing ritual, surrendering to the steady invisible current that mirrored the night's soft passage. Time itself became something you could see moving, like a slow, liquid shadow. As centuries passed, the first mechanical clocks appeared not to announce the hour of the day, but to call people to prayer. In the quiet monasteries of the Middle Ages, large iron contraptions used heavy stones as weights, which would descend with a solemn gravity, pulling chains that eventually rang a bell. These were, in essence, the earliest alarm clocks, though their purpose was not to wake you from sleep, but to remind you of the sacred rhythm of the hours. Picture the stone sinking inch by inch, its silent journey ending in a single resonant tone that echoed through stone corridors, a signal of quiet transition from one hour to the next. A profound intimacy arrived in the 17th century with the invention of the balance spring. This tiny, coiled piece of metal became like a gentle heartbeat for a watch, allowing timekeeping to travel with a person wherever they went. No longer fixed to a tower or a mantle, time could now rest in a pocket, close to the warmth of your body. The spring's steady, rhythmic oscillation kept a calm pulse even as you walked, as you breathed, as you moved through a bustling day or a still night. It transformed time into a personal companion, a soft murmur against your chest that you could trust to carry forward the minutes with unwavering loyalty. Christian Huygens, in 1656, introduced a new kind of motion to the world, the pendulum. He suspended a weighted brass orb that swept from side to side in a constant, hypnotic arc, transforming timekeeping into something akin to a soft, visual lullaby. The pendulum used the unwavering laws of gravity, and for the first time, clocks could be accurate to within mere seconds a day. Imagine that rhythmic dance, a polished bob swinging silently back and forth in a long case, casting a moving shadow on the wall. It was no longer just a machine, it was a serene heartbeat for the entire household, a gentle metronome for life itself. And so the story of time unfolds, not as a harsh ruler, but as a soft companion that learned to walk beside us, from water's drift to a pendulum's tender swing. Let these ancient rhythms carry you now, into the deep and dreamless dark. Sleep well. Deep within the quiet heart of a mountain in western Texas, there is a clock designed to run for 10,000 years. It is called the Long Now Clock, and it ticks with a rhythm so slow that decades feel like moments. The gears are made from enduring materials, ceramic, titanium, and stainless steel, moving with almost imperceptible grace in the cool, dark cavern. The air carries a faint mineral scent, and the only sound is the soft, cyclic whisper of the mechanism. This clock is intended to stretch our imagination into the deep future, to help us feel the vast, floating expanse of time that cradles our brief lives. It stands as a gentle sentinel, reminding us that we are part of a much longer rhythm. Long before this 10,000-year clock, other intricate devices were already redefining our relationship with time. In the candlelit salons of 18th century Europe, a different kind of clockwork wonder captivated onlookers. These were automata, intricate figures crafted from shimmering gold and silver. They could write elegant phrases, draw delicate sketches, or even play musical instruments with lifelike precision. Inside their polished cases, thousands of microscopic gears whirred together, each tiny tooth catching gently on the next to move a porcelain hand or a silver finger. The motions were so smooth and deliberate that it seemed as if the machine itself possessed a quiet soul. Watching one of these automata perform was like glimpsing a soft mechanical dream come to life. This fascination with precision also served a deeper purpose on the open seas. For early explorers who ventured across the vast, silent oceans, the marine chronometer was more than a clock, it was a lifeline. These precise instruments kept a steady, unwavering beat even as the ship rolled and pitched on the swells. Inside a gimbaled cradle, the balance wheel swung with mechanical faithfulness, ignoring the chaos of the waves. By carrying the time from a known port, sailors could compare it to the local sky and determine their longitude, drawing invisible lines across the blue void. Under a canopy of stars, the chronometer's soft ticking was a voice of constancy, guiding ships through the dark waters and back toward home. Centuries later, a microscopic crystal would transform timekeeping in ways we could not have imagined. The revolution of the quartz crystal began with a quiet marvel. Scientists discovered that when a tiny slice of quartz is given an electric current, it vibrates at a perfect, unchanging frequency. This subtle oscillation is faster and more regular than any mechanical gear train could hope to match. It creates a steady, invisible pulse, a silent metronome at the heart of the clock. In that delicate crystal, time itself seems to shimmer, measured not by visible hands but by an atomic rhythm. The result was a new generation of clocks that are incredibly precise and deeply quiet, their seconds flowing with a smooth, almost breathless grace. And yet, through all these inventions, the shape of time on a clock face has remained a quiet echo of an ancient understanding. In many ancient cultures, time was not a straight path marching forward, but a soft, repeating circle. The seasons returned each year. The sun rose and set in an endless dance, and humans saw their lives as nested within these gentle cycles. This deep philosophy is reflected in the very face of our clocks, where the hands glide endlessly in a peaceful orbit. They sweep past the numbers without beginning or end, always returning to where they started. There is a quiet reassurance in that circular motion, a reminder that within every ending lies a hidden new beginning, and that time, like a winding river, flows around to meet itself again. Let us journey through the history of timekeeping, where ancient craftsmen and brilliant minds transformed our perception of the universe with gentle inventions. In the quiet depths of the Mediterranean Sea, a shipwreck lay undisturbed for centuries, cradling a secret of ancient brilliance. Discovered among the debris was the Antikythera mechanism, a corroded bronze artifact often called the world's first analog computer. Created over 2,000 years ago, this intricate device hid a series of floating gears, each carved with breathtaking precision to track the gentle movements of the sun and moon. Imagine those ancient craftsmen, their hands illuminated by oil lamp, assembling a microcosm of the heavens themselves. The mechanism's gears once turned smoothly, a silent orchestration of celestial dance, now still but whispering stories of a civilization's deep curiosity.
From the ancient sea, we rise to ancient China, where during the Song dynasty, a magnificent clock tower rose over 10 meters into the sky, a feat of wonder and wonder. Crafted by Su Song in 1088, this gentle marvel used a turning water wheel to power a celestial globe, a sphere that mirrored the night heavens with quiet elegance. As water flowed steadily, the globe rotated, allowing stars to drift slowly across its surface, a reflection of the actual sky's unhurried motion. The sound of trickling water would have filled the chamber, a soothing melody that measured time not in ticks but in liquid rhythm. Picture the scholars who gathered beneath it, their curiosity stirred by this harmonious blend of science and art, a bridge between the earthly and the divine. It stood as a testament to a profound insight, that the universe itself moves in a gentle, eternal flow, and we are part of its serene dance.
Stepping into the 13th century, the first mechanical clocks emerged, relying on a delicate mechanism called the verge and foliot, with its crown wheel and pallets moving in a seesaw motion. This system created a soft, rhythmic ticking, a soothing oscillation that spoke of balance and order, echoing through stone towers. These early devices didn't have visual faces, but instead announced the hour with a gentle chime or a ringing bell, a call that stirred the sleeping city with peaceful reassurance. Imagine the sound of that bell, a solitary note cutting through the night stillness, a reminder that time was passing, yet held in a mechanical embrace. The ticking was a quiet metronome, a steady pulse that turned the abstract flow of moments into something tangible and audible. It was a simple beginning, where an entire community's day was woven together by the calm, regular song of a clock, a shared rhythm in the dance of daily life. In the 1600s, a Dutch scientist named Christian Huygens introduced the pendulum clock, which brought a new level of serenity to timekeeping. By suspending a weight to swing in a steady hypnotic arc, he transformed the crude ticking into a smooth, regular motion that felt as natural as breathing. This invention brought a profound peace to households, as the erratic ticking of earlier clocks gave way to a hypnotic swing that seemed to smooth the very fabric of moments. The pendulum's gentle back and forth reduced the daily drift of time from several minutes to just a few seconds, an astonishing leap in precision. Picture this, a brass bob, swinging silently in a wooden case, its shadow playing on the wall like a quiet metronome of the universe. The clock became a calm sentinel in the corner, counting seconds with a grace that invited contemplation and a sense of timeless calm. It was a quiet revolution, anchoring time in a physical rhythm that echoed the sway of trees in a gentle breeze, a harmony between mechanics and nature. And finally, in the 18th century, the marine chronometer was perfected by John Harrison, a humble carpenter with a brilliant mind. This golden instrument allowed sailors to find their way across the vast shimmering ocean by keeping perfect time despite the rocking of the waves. Imagine the sea, once a chaotic and disorienting expanse of endless blue, now turned into a peaceful navigable map through the steady cadence of a clock. The chronometer's tick was a lifeline, a constant heartbeat that held longitude in its mechanics, guiding ships safely to distant shores. It whispered assurance in the storm, a small but mighty anchor of order amidst the wild waters, a testament to human perseverance. Harrison's creation was like a calm star dropped into the ship's cabin, a celestial guide rooted in earthly skill, bridging the gap between the heavens and the horizon. In the deep quiet of the 19th century, a new kind of dream began ticking into existence within the workshops of master horologists. These were the grand complication watches, miniature universes no larger than a pocket or a palm, holding within their golden cases the phases of the moon and the turning pages of a calendar. Imagine a craftsman bent over his bench by candlelight, placing a tiny floating moon against a field of midnight blue enamel, so the wearer could glance down and carry a model of the cosmos with them. These delicate masterpieces were not just tools to mark the hours, they were a whispered promise that we too could hold a reflection of celestial harmony right against our own heartbeat. Deep within the 20th century, science uncovered a different kind of heart for measuring time, one that was silent and crystalline. A quartz clock holds not gears and springs, but a tiny, vibrating sliver of mineral, set singing at a frequency the human ear can never catch. This steady, invisible oscillation is born from the earth itself, a humble piece of rock transformed into a timekeeper of breathtaking precision. The flow of seconds it creates is so smooth, so utterly silent, that it feels less like a machine and more like watching a single, perfect cloud drift across a vast, still sky. Time, within a quartz crystal, becomes a seamless river, never rippling, never rushing, just quietly moving forward. And then we reach a level of stillness that feels almost sacred, the domain of the atomic clock. Here, Time is not measured by a swinging pendulum or a vibrating crystal, but by the gentle inward transition of electrons dancing within an atom of cesium. This is timekeeping stripped of all friction, all moving parts, a metronome tuned not by a human hand, but by the fundamental constants of the universe. The precision is a concept so vast it becomes an abstraction, a quietude so deep that an atomic clock could run for billions of years through the silent vacuum of deep space without missing a single, solitary second. It is the sound of absolute stillness, faithfully counting the quietest moments of existence. For a long, long time, though, we lived by two different times, the steady, reliable tick of a clock and the graceful, wandering path of the sun across our sky. The equation of time was a gentle and necessary reconciliation between these two, an acknowledgement of a beautiful, cosmic imperfection. You see, the Earth's journey around the sun is not a perfect, rigid circle, but a swaying elliptical dance, a soft spiral that causes the true solar day to subtly lengthen and shorten with the seasons. Sundials would gently disagree with mechanical clocks, sometimes running fast, sometimes slow, and the equation of time was a quiet, handwritten chart that soothed this difference, a soft adjustment reminding us that our planet's path is a living, breathing orbit. Now cast your mind forward, not just to the next hour, but to the next millennium, to a dream being carved into the stillness of a quiet mountain today. This is the Long Now clock, a modern myth being made real, a timepiece designed to tick just once every single year and to keep its slow, rhythmic pulse for 10,000 years. Imagine a deep, cool cavern where a massive, slow-moving pendulum marks centuries, not seconds, a place of such profound silence that you can almost hear the deep, peaceful stretch of time itself. This clock is not for us. It is a message to a future we cannot imagine, a slow, mechanical heartbeat inside the living rock, designed to remind us of our place within a story so vast it feels like a gentle, enduring peace. Still here, drifting on the quiet current of the story. That is wonderful. The next chapter of our journey together is just ahead, and it holds some of the most peaceful images yet. If you are enjoying this quiet journey, a like helps other night owls find their way here too. In the deep quiet of an ancient shipwreck, a delicate bronze device from Greece rests. It is over 2,000 years old, a gentle relic often called the world's first analog computer. Its intricate gears once drifted in silent harmony, tracking the slow, precise movements of the sun, the moon, and the planets. This mechanism held the cosmos within its brass, a quiet reminder of human curiosity reaching toward the stars. Feel the weight of those ancient gears, still holding the rhythm of the heavens in their silent dance. In the stillness, you can almost hear the soft clicking of time, a lullaby from the deep. It whispers of a world where machine and sky were one, drifting together in perfect synchrony. This is the memory of precision, a quiet marvel that sleeps beneath the waves. Now drift to the golden age of the Song dynasty. A scholar named Su Song built a towering astronomical clock tower, powered by a water-driven escapement. This peaceful marvel used a giant water wheel to move a celestial globe, reflecting the rhythmic dance of the heavens. Imagine the soft sound of water flowing, turning gears that mirror the cosmos. It stood as a silent guardian of time, humming with the quiet pulse of the universe. In its gentle motion, you could see the sky brought down to earth, a serene reflection of the stars. The water wheel, like a soft heartbeat, kept the tower alive, a mechanical meditation on the heavens. It reminds us that time can be measured in the flow of water, as fluid and calm as the drifting clouds. In the late 17th century, a tiny invention changed our hold on time. The balance spring, a soft coil of metal, allowed clocks to become small and portable. They drifted away from heavy walls and into the pockets of explorers and dreamers. This delicate spring gave timepieces a steady humming heartbeat, even while moving through the air. Imagine carrying the rhythm of the hours in your hand, a gentle companion on your travels. It was a liberation, letting time wander with you, a soft thread connecting your journey to the cosmic swing. This spring was like a quiet soul in the machine, breathing steadiness into the wandering hours. With it, the pocket watch became a trusted friend, a tiny cosmos that rested near your heart. It sang a soft, metallic lullaby, keeping pace with the rhythm of your life. In the 18th century, John Harrison crafted marine chronometers, golden instruments for the open sea. These devices helped sailors find their way across the vast, shimmering ocean. They kept a steady beat despite the rocking of the waves, allowing travelers to find their longitude through the quiet study of time. Feel the gentle rhythm of these chronometers like a soft anchor in the motion of the ocean. They were guardians of safe passage, holding the celestial threads that guide lost sailors home under the starry sky. Through the pitching of the ship, the chronometer hummed its steady song, a quiet guide for the navigator. It was a golden heart that beat for the... As we drift deeper into this quiet space, let us explore the ways humans have measured time. From ancient sand to modern crystals, each method has its own peaceful rhythm. Consider an hourglass standing on a wooden sill. Fine sand slips through a narrow waist, a floating descent that feels almost weightless. Each grain follows the same path, a tiny traveler in a quiet journey. The upper chamber gradually becomes empty, its space opening to light, while the lower chamber fills with a soft, whispering mound. This creates a visual rhythm, a slow dance of presence and absence that marks the passage of time without a single sound. It is a peaceful instrument, inviting the mind to rest in the gentle flow of moments. Watching it, you might feel a deep calm, as if the hourglass breathes with you, each grain a shared heartbeat in the stillness. The sand's steady movement reminds us that time is not to be grasped, but simply watched, like clouds drifting across the afternoon sky. Travel back to the quiet monastery towers of the Middle Ages. There, the first mechanical clocks whispered with a verge escapement, a mechanism that produced a rhythmic, pulsing sound. This gentle tick-tock echoed through stone halls, marking the hours of prayer and reflection. The monks would hear the steady beat and feel a deep connection to the divine, each pulse a reminder to pause and breathe. In the stillness of those ancient towers, time was not a rush but a sacred, measured dance. The verge escapement was a simple technology, but it brought a profound peace. Imagine the soft light filtering through stained glass, the rhythmic pulse blending with the chants of prayer. In that sacred space, each tick was a step toward eternity, a gentle guide through the quiet hours of the day. A sundial rests in a sunlit garden, a silent sentinel of time. A gnomon, that slender shadowcaster, points toward the sky, and as the sun moves, a soft shadow creeps across the carved surface. This slow march of light has guided people for thousands of years. It is a dance of light and stone, where the sun's golden arc becomes a visible, unhurried journey. Watching the shadow inch across the dial, one can almost feel the earth turning beneath, a gentle reminder of our place in the cosmos. The gnomon never hurries, it simply waits for the light to shift. This stone instrument connects us to ancient observers who also watched the sun's slow arc, finding meaning in its steady path. In the quiet of a garden, the sundial offers a timeless peace, a way to measure the day without the rush of ticking hands. In the ancient palaces of Egypt and Babylon, water clocks called clepsydrae marked the hours. Imagine a vessel of water, slowly releasing drops into a lower basin. Each soft drip was a moment, a gentle whisper of time flowing from one form to another. The sound of water falling was a calming melody, a natural rhythm that echoed through marble halls. It was a peaceful way to track the day, a reminder that time moves like a river, steady and unhurried. In those grand palaces, the clepsydra brought a sense of tranquility, allowing the mind to drift with the gentle sound. The clepsydra did not tick or talk, it simply flowed. In its quiet operation, there was a deep acceptance of time's natural passage, a lesson in letting go. Modern quartz clocks hold a secret within their simple cases. A tiny, polished crystal sits at their heart, and when a soft electric current flows, it begins to vibrate. This vibration is a microscopic dance, a high, steady frequency that carves time into the most precise increments. But there is no rushing here, no frantic motion. The oscillation is so smooth, so effortless, that time seems to glide forward without a seam. This peaceful flow is a modern marvel, a way to keep our days in silent, gentle order. The quartz crystal beats thousands of times each second, yet it feels still. In this balance of action and calm, we find a new kind of peace, a steady presence that marks our days with quiet precision. It is a reminder that even in complexity, there can be simplicity. Deep beneath the quiet waves, in a sunken shipwreck, lay the Antikythera mechanism. a relic of forgotten time. This ancient Greek device, crafted from intricate bronze, is often whispered to be the world's first analog computer. Inside its weathered case, a complex series of interlocking gears turned in silent harmony, mirroring the heavens. It traced the moon's soft, luminous journey and the rhythmic cycles of the solar system, a gentle reminder that even the stars move in peaceful patterns. Imagine it resting beneath the sea for centuries, its delicate mechanisms cradled by the deep, until it was found and its quiet song of the spheres was heard once more. From the ocean floor, we drift to the soft glow of the 14th century, where the first mechanical clocks began to appear in European monasteries. These early devices used a verge and foliate mechanism, which created a gentle, steady heartbeat, like a quiet pulse in the stillness. It helped the monks keep their prayers and meditations in a harmonious sequence, marking the hours with a soft, rhythmic swing. In the candlelit halls, the clock's gentle tick-tock was a companion to their contemplative silence, a reminder of time's flowing river. Centuries later, a Dutch scientist named Christian Huygens brought a newfound serenity to timekeeping. In 1656, he introduced the pendulum, allowing a weight to swing in a rhythmic, floating arc like a dancer in slow motion. This simple, elegant motion made clocks far more accurate, drifting away from the erratic timing of older machines and into a realm of steady, peaceful precision. The pendulum's swing became a metaphor for life's gentle rhythms, a quiet assurance that every moment is measured in tranquil balance. Imagine the soft, regular motion, a lullaby for the senses, guiding time like a feather on a breeze. As ships set sail across vast, shimmering oceans, another innovation brought calm to the chaos of the sea. In the 18th century, John Harrison developed marine chronometers, clocks that remained steady despite the constant rocking of a ship. These precision instruments helped sailors find their longitude, allowing them to navigate the open waters and drift safely toward distant, hazy shores. It was a gift of certainty in the endless blue, a steady heartbeat guiding travelers home through the moonlit waves. Think of the clock below deck, its gentle ticking a reassurance amidst the ocean's roar, a small, unyielding rhythm holding the course true. At the heart of every clock lies a quiet marvel, the escapement. This delicate mechanism releases energy in small, measured pulses, transforming the heavy pull of a weight or the tension of a spring into the soft, repetitive tick-tock that defines the atmosphere of a peaceful room. It is the voice of time in the stillness, a gentle whisper that marks the passing moments without urgency, without haste. Listen closely, and you can almost hear the escapement singing a lullaby of order and patience, reminding us that time flows in tender, rhythmic breaths. It cradles each second like a precious droplet, releasing it into the quiet air. Let us drift back through the veils of time, to when our ancestors wove wonder into the measurement of moments. Their creations were not mere tools but quiet poems that still echo today. During the Renaissance, clockmakers became artists of a different kind, crafting automata with a touch of magic. These delicate clockwork figures could move with a lifelike grace, like a golden bird fluttering its tiny wings in a slow, silent rhythm. Or a dancer spinning on a polished stand, each movement a soft dance of gears and springs. These creations turned timekeeping into a visual lullaby, a quiet show of precision engineering. Each gentle motion invited the observer into a state of calm amazement, where time did not rush but floated by like a golden dream. Watching these automata was like drifting into a world where mechanics become magic. In ancient Egypt and Greece, water clocks called clepsydraes brought a deep sense of calm to the measurement of time. These devices used the slow, steady drip of liquid from one vessel to another, creating a visual poem of tranquility. Imagine water flowing in a seamless stream, drop by drop, marking the hours with a quiet patience. The sight of this gentle movement connected the human spirit to the Earth's slow rotation, a reminder that time is a tender river. The soft murmur of each drip was a lullaby for the mind, easing all worries away and letting thoughts drift peacefully. It was a timekeeping so pure that it felt like nature itself was whispering the seconds.
Centuries later, Abraham Louis Breguet introduced the Tourbillon to high-end watches, a sophisticated addition designed to counter the pull of gravity. This rotating cage allows the internal components to drift in a quiet circle, ensuring the watch maintains a peaceful and precise rhythm. The Tourbillon turns timekeeping into a graceful dance, where gears and springs move in a serene, floating waltz. It is a small mechanical dream, hidden within the heart of a watch, defying worldly distractions. With this invention, every tick becomes a soft breath, and the passing of time feels like a feather floating gently in the breeze. The Tourbillon is a tribute to balance and beauty, a silent guardian of accurate moments.
Sundials were the first silent guardians of time, using the warmth of the sun to cast a shifting shadow across a stone face. These ancient markers aligned the human experience with the slow, natural rotation of the earth. The golden light of day moved softly over the dial, marking hours without a sound. It was a dance between light and stone, a quiet guide that rooted us to the cosmos. Sundials did not rush or chime, they simply followed the sun's gentle arc, a reminder of the eternal rhythm of the universe. Watching the shadow creep along was like witnessing a slow, celestial story unfold in perfect stillness. This connection to the sun brought a deep peace, as if time itself was a warm, golden blanket. And then, there is the hourglass, relying on the soft, rhythmic flow of fine sand passing through a narrow neck. The gentle descent of these grains creates a tactile sense of time, evoking a feeling of stillness and patience. As the sand settles quietly at the bottom, it forms a tiny mountain of moments, each grain a story of what has passed. The hourglass teaches us to breathe and wait, for time moves with a silent, graceful ease. Watching the sand slip through is a meditation, a way to feel the present flow into the past. It is a timeless symbol of tranquility, where every second slips by like a sigh in the night. The hourglass turns the abstract concept of time into a soft, visual lullaby. So as we rest now, let these gentle mechanisms carry you into a deep sleep. Time is not your enemy, but a quiet companion, flowing ever onward with the grace of a dream. Deep beneath the sea, a shipwreck held a secret for centuries, a bronze device now called the Antikythera mechanism. Crafted in the 2nd century before our common era, it is often named the world's first analog computer. Its tiny interlocking gears moved like a silent orchestra, tracking the sun, the moon, and the 5 wandering planets known to the ancient sky watchers. It traced their paths with a peaceful, orderly motion, a gentle dance of metal and wisdom. This ancient marvel shows us that the desire to understand the rhythm of the heavens is as old as our deepest dreams. In the quiet of the 14th century, monks began to build large mechanical clocks to listen for the hours of prayer. Their design relied on a simple yet clever heartbeat called the verge and foliot mechanism. This gentle escape wheel turned in a slow, steady rhythm, a soft pulse that echoed through the cold stone halls of the monastery. It was a sound of devotion, marking the moments when whispers of prayer rose to the heavens. The clock did not hurry. Its beat was a quiet guide, ensuring that all voices united in the same sacred hour. In the year 1656, a quiet revolution was born when Christian Huygens saw a swinging lamp and imagined a new way to measure time. He introduced the pendulum clock, a simple pendulum that swayed with a precise, patient rhythm. This swinging weight transformed timekeeping, reducing the daily drift from many minutes down to just a few sleepy seconds. The pendulum's arc was a visible breath, a calm and steady companion to the passing day. It showed us that even in motion, there could be a deep and lasting stillness. Its steady pulse was like a lullaby for the restless mind. In the 18th century, sailors faced a lonely mystery as they drifted across the vast, shimmering sea. To find their latitude was simple enough, but longitude, their place east or west, remained a secret hidden in time itself. John Harrison devoted his life to a golden instrument, a marine chronometer that could keep perfect time even on a swaying deck. This delicate machine held a steady heartbeat, unbothered by the roll and pitch of the ocean waves. With it, A navigator could trace his path across the blue expanse and always find his way home. The chronometer became a trusted friend in the endless solitude of the sea. In the modern era, we have found a new pulse to measure time, a heartbeat hidden inside the tiniest pieces of matter. Atomic clocks listen to the steady vibrations of cesium atoms, a rhythm so faithful it feels eternal. These timekeepers are so precise that they would drift by only a single second over many millions of years. It is a mirror to the cosmos, where change happens so slowly we can scarcely imagine it. This quiet precision reminds us that deep time is a gentle truth, woven into the fabric of all things. It carries the stillness of the stars within its silent beat. In the quiet workshops of the past, a watchmaker named Abraham Louis Breguet dreamed of a way to free time from the gentle pull of the earth. He created the Tourbillon, a tiny rotating cage that holds the balance wheel as if cradling a delicate bird. It turns, slowly and gracefully, so that gravity can never settle in one place too long. The heart of the watch floats in a state of perfect balance. It is a small, spinning dance that keeps the seconds true, a whisper of elegance from the year 1795. There are clocks that do not obey the rigid march of equal hours. The Japanese Wadokei clocks were designed to move with the sun itself, shifting their rhythm through the seasons. In summer, the daylight hours stretched, and the clock would slow to match that golden lingering. In winter, when dusk came early, it quietly hurried the darker hours along. These beautiful instruments never fought against nature. They listened to the world's changing breath and let time unfold like a living thing. Deep inside many modern timepieces rests a tiny sliver of quartz crystal carved into the shape of a tuning fork. When a gentle current flows through it, the crystal begins to hum, vibrating at a frequency so precise it is almost beyond belief. This hidden pulse, perfected in the 20th century, replaced springs and gears with a shimmering, invisible constancy. Time no longer ticks loudly. It glides forward on a silent wave of pure oscillation, steady as a heartbeat you can never hear. The most peaceful timekeepers ever made are the atomic clocks, which listen to the inner rhythm of cesium atoms. These atoms swing between two energy states like a cosmic pendulum, never wavering, never growing tired. An atomic clock is so profoundly steady that if it floated alone through the silence of space for millions of years, it would not misplace a single second. It is a lullaby of absolute precision, a reminder that some things in the universe remain forever calm and true. Some watches speak in soft melody rather than hands and numbers. The grand sonnery is a wondrous complication that chimes the hours and the quarters all on its own. Without a single glance, the wearer feels time pass through a delicate sequence of notes, like a tiny music box resting against the wrist. Each chime is a gentle announcement, a way of knowing the moment without breaking the spell of the present. It wraps the passage of hours in sound, so time becomes something you feel rather than something you count. Still here, beneath the blanket of these old ticking dreams, the hands of history turn so softly, you could almost sleep right through them. Long before the rush of modern life, early sundials, known as gnomons, used the slow migration of a shadow to mark the passing of a warm afternoon. They remind us that for most of human history, time was not a ticking machine. Instead, it was a soft dance between the earth and the golden light of the sun. The shadow would stretch and bend, a silent finger tracing the hours across stone and sand. As the day faded, it was a gentle reminder of the eternal rhythm, a calm, steady breath of the cosmos. In those moments, time felt like a warm blanket, wrapping the world in a slow, peaceful embrace. It was a connection to the sky, a lullaby from the light itself. Deep beneath the calm Mediterranean Sea, a quiet shipwreck held a secret for over 2,000 years. The Antikythera mechanism, an ancient Greek device from the 2nd century BCE, calculates astronomical positions with surprising precision. Its intricate bronze gears drift through complex cycles, gently tracking the moon and sun as they cross the heavens. It was a tiny universe, a soft machine that captured the movements of the stars in a shell of metal. Resting in silence, it whispered of a time when technology was a bridge to the divine. The waves above could not disturb its quiet purpose. It was a treasure of knowledge, a smooth, silent poem of gears and cycles. This delicate device still speaks to us across the centuries in a language of light and shadow. In the soft shadows of the 14th century, a new sound began to hum within the stone walls of European monasteries. These were the first mechanical clocks, crafted to call monks to prayer with a steady, gentle voice. They used a verge and foliote system, which created a rhythmic heartbeat that measured the flow of sacred time. Day and night, this pulse echoed through quiet halls, marking moments not for hurry, but for devotion. The air itself carried the rhythm, a lullaby of gears that guided souls through the hours. Each tick was a soft step in a long, quiet journey. It was a sacred circle, a breathing clockwork that united the divine and the earthly. Time was a gift wrapped in silk. High above the ancient streets of Prague, a floating masterpiece was installed in the year 1410. The Prague astronomical clock shows the positions of the sun and moon in a peaceful, eternal circle. It remains one of the oldest working clocks in the world, a gentle witness to centuries. The clock's figures move in a silent parade, marking not just hours but the dance of the cosmos. Beneath its golden sphere, time flows like a smooth, unbroken river. People gather to watch its ancient hands, feeling the whisper of eternity. This clock is a dream in motion, a soft mirror of the heavens. It holds the night and day in balance, a serene guardian of time. During the Age of Discovery, sailors sought a way to find their longitude across the wide, silent oceans. They needed a clock that could remain steady on a drifting ship. John Harrison crafted the H4 marine chronometer in 1759, a delicate instrument that allowed explorers to navigate with grace. This beautiful device was more than a tool, it was a song of precision, a soft answer to the sea's call. It brought lost ships home, connecting the human spirit to the infinite horizon. Harrison's work was a quiet triumph, a lullaby that steadied the world. Now, ships could dance with the stars, their path written in a soft, ticking heart. The chronometer was a small, gentle miracle, a pearl of time. Deep within the heart of every clock lies a quiet soul, known as the escapement. This delicate mechanism releases energy in small, measured pulses, like a gentle breath. Each soft tick allows the gears to rotate in a slow and rhythmic dance, never rushing or straining. Imagine the subtle rhythm, a heartbeat that parcels out moments one by one. Without this restraint, the stored energy would unwind all at once in a chaotic burst. But instead, the escapement ensures a peaceful, orderly flow. The ticking is a soothing metronome, guiding the clock's hands in a dreamy, unhurried waltz across the face of time. It sings a quiet song of precision, a lullaby for the listening soul. Centuries later, in the quiet of the 17th century, Christian Huygens found another piece of this serene puzzle. He gazed upon the swing of a pendulum and discovered that its motion was a peaceful, constant oscillation, a perfect rhythm gifted by nature. By linking this steady swing to the heart of a clock, timekeeping became far more accurate, drifting only by seconds from the true time. Picture that gentle back and forth, a silent lullaby that whispers order into the universe of gears and springs. The pendulum swings with unwavering grace, like a willow branch swaying in a soft breeze. It is a reminder that the most profound truths often lie in simple, repetitive motions. Thus, the clock became a companion to the rhythm of the universe. But long before these mechanical marvels, the earliest timekeepers were sundials. They relied on the warm, golden glow of the sun to cast a shadow across a marked surface. A simple obelisk or a stick would stand in the light, and as the earth rotated, the shadow would creep slowly, silently. These silent markers reminded ancient civilizations that time was a reflection of the earth's slow, dreamy rotation. There was no ticking, no rushing, only the quiet passage of light across stone. In the stillness of a temple court, people would watch the shadow stretch and shift, feeling a deep harmony with the celestial dance above. It was a gentle, patient way to measure a day, where time itself felt like a warm caress of the sun. Another ancient method for capturing time was the hourglass. It used the soft flow of fine sand to measure a specific duration of stillness. Picture the gentle drift of grains from the top bulb to the bottom, each particle falling with a whisper. The sight of the sand cascading slowly creates a meditative sense of calm and transition. It marked the passage of one moment into the next, like a quiet breath held and released. Hourglasses often graced silent libraries or prayer rooms where the only moving thing was the shifting sand. Watching it, one could feel time slipping away without urgency, a reminder to cherish the stillness between thoughts. The hourglass was a small world, where seconds dripped like honey from a spoon. In the ancient lands of Egypt and Greece, water clocks or clepsydrae marked time through the gentle dripping of liquid. Imagine a clear vessel slowly filling, drop by drop, in a constant, quiet pace. The water flowed without hurry, in a slow and steady stream, measuring the hours with a tranquil rhythm. These devices often served in the cool shade of temples or the quiet of night, where the only sound was the soft plink of water meeting water. It was a lullaby from the past, a method that felt like listening to rain. Time became as fluid and gentle as a stream, a subtle reminder that the flow of moments is as natural as water finding its level. The clepsydra connected humanity to the serene patience of nature's own clock. Modern quartz clocks hold a tiny, shimmering crystal inside them, a sliver of quartz that catches the light softly, like a captured starbeam. When a gentle current of electricity flows through it, the crystal begins to vibrate at a very high and steady frequency, a quiet pulse that echoes with a natural constancy. This invisible, rhythmic beat is the hidden heartbeat of timepieces, orchestrating the passing seconds with a tender and consistent precision. It keeps our world in a soft, synchronized harmony, a subtle dance of energy that connects every clock to a universal cadence. This whispered rhythm guides our days without us ever noticing, a peaceful underpinning to the flow of modern life. In a quiet shipwreck beneath the gentle waves, the Antikythera mechanism lay sleeping for centuries, a treasure from ancient Greece that waited in silence. It is often called the first analog computer, an intricate bronze device that holds the wisdom of the stars within its finely wrought gears. A series of interlocking cogs, worn smooth by time and the sea's embrace, once moved with delicate precision to track the floating dance of the moon and the sun across the sky. This ancient marvel whispered the rhythms of the cosmos, a soft echo of celestial motion that still speaks to us through the mists of history. It is a quiet testament to the enduring human desire to understand the gentle order of the heavens. In the 17th century, a gentle mind named Christian Huygens introduced the pendulum clock, a quiet innovation that allowed time to drift more steadily than ever before. By harnessing the rhythmic, swaying motion of a weight that swings to and fro with a calming consistency, he transformed timekeeping into a peaceful art. The daily errors that once stole away minutes from the day were softened into mere seconds, as the pendulum whispered a more accurate beat with each graceful arc. This simple mechanism brought a new level of serenity to the measurement of our hours, a steady pulse that seemed to align with the slow breathing of the earth itself. It was a gift of constancy in an ever-moving world, a quiet revolution in the way we hold time. The equation of time was a gentle pursuit for early astronomers, a quiet realization that solar time and clock time do not always align in perfect union. This soft discrepancy arises because the Earth's orbit is a graceful ellipse, not a perfect circle, causing the sun to appear slightly early or late through the turning seasons. It is a tender reminder that nature moves in flowing curves, while our clocks tick in straight, steady lines, a delicate mismatch between the celestial and the man-made. The astronomers watched this subtle dance with patient eyes, finding beauty in the irregular rhythms of the heavens, a whispered lesson that even time itself can be a little wayward and free. Marine chronometers were a peaceful revolution for sailors, a quiet triumph perfected by John Harrison in the 18th century. His H4 watch kept a steady, unyielding beat, a constant pulse that navigators could trust amidst the rolling waves and shifting tides. By holding on to this rhythmic certainty, they could determine longitude with a gentle confidence, guiding their ships safely across the vast, shimmering horizons of the ocean. This small clock carried the certainty of position in its delicate hands, a whisper of precision in the salty air. It brought a hushed assurance to voyages, wrapping sailors in a gentle blanket of reliability as they sailed under the starry expanse, making the deep waters feel a little less lonely and a lot more known. Deep within the cool, silent stone halls of medieval monasteries, the very first mechanical clocks were born from a gentle need. They were crafted not for industry or haste, but to softly call the monks from their dreams for the quiet, sacred hour of nighttime prayer. These early devices relied on a mechanism called the verge and foliote, a simple yet elegant pairing that produced a soft, rhythmic ticking sound. That gentle, steady pulse filled the vast emptiness of the cloisters, a comforting heartbeat in the darkness. It was a sound that blended with whispered chants and the faint rustle of robes, marking time as a patient, holy companion. Across the world in Japan, time was measured in a way that reflected a profound harmony with the natural world. The Japanese Wadoke clocks were unique, for they tracked seasonal hours that shifted in length as the days grew longer or shorter. These beautiful instruments embodied a philosophy where time did not march in rigid steps, but flowed like a gentle stream. It moved in graceful accord with the cycles of light and shadow, dancing with the sun's changing path across the sky. Each moment was felt not as a fixed unit, but as a breath of nature itself, expanding and contracting with the seasons. Inside every mechanical clock lies a beating heart, a delicate mechanism known as the escapement. Its purpose is to release energy in small, measured pulses, a patient guardian of stored power. With each gentle tick, it ensures that the gears turn not in a hurried rush, but with a slow and steady grace. This intricate dance prevents the mainspring from unwinding all at once, allowing time to unfold in a series of quiet, deliberate breaths. It is the soul of the clock, a tiny, tireless governor that whispers order into the mechanical chaos. In the golden age of horology, master craftsmen created what they called complicated watches. These were marvels fitted with moon phases and perpetual calendars, miniature universes worn upon the wrist. Intricate wheels inside them track the slow, silent drift of the lunar cycle, a graceful calculation spanning the months. They mirror the quiet glow of the moon as it journeys through the night sky, a silent companion to stargazers and dreamers. These tiny dials capture the celestial rhythm, reminding us of the vast, gentle cycles that govern the tides and the night. Before springs and gears, there were sundials, some of the earliest keepers of time. They rely upon the soft casting of a shadow as it stretches across a worn stone surface. These quiet instruments remind us of a slower, more gentle age when the rhythm of a day was dictated entirely by the heavens. Life moved to the gentle arc of the sun as it painted its silent path across the sky, from the first pale light of dawn to the deepening hues of dusk. In that simple shadow's movement, we find a deep peace, a connection to the eternal dance of light and our place within it. Close your eyes now and let the world grow soft. I want to share with you the ancient and gentle ways we have measured time. These are not loud, ticking moments but quiet whispers from history. Let each word be a drop of water in the vast sea of sleep. Let the tension melt from your body, like ice yielding to a warm stream. Water clocks, or clepsydrae, were vessels of calm in ancient rooms. A steady, rhythmic drip of water from one vessel to another measured the hours, creating a peaceful, ambient sound. This liquid elegance marked time with a soft murmur, like a gentle reminder that every moment is precious and fleeting. Feel the coolness of the ceramic. Hear the tiny droplets merging as the hours slip by in a tranquil haze. It's a soft, lulling sound, like a sleepy rain on a quiet roof. Each drop a sigh, a release of tension. The Antikythera mechanism, discovered in a quiet shipwreck, is often called the world's first analog computer from ancient Greece. Created over 2,000 years ago, its delicate bronze gears floated through the water for centuries, silent and patient. It was designed to track the peaceful cycles of the moon and sun, a cosmic dance captured in metal and stillness. Imagine the deep blue sea, the mechanism resting in the sand, a secret keeper of time's soft rhythm. The water has worn it smooth, but its purpose remains clear and calm. It's a whisper from the past, a lullaby for astronomers. In the soft glow of the 17th century, Christian Huygens invented the pendulum clock, which allowed time to drift with far greater precision. By using a swinging weight to regulate the movement, he transformed the heartbeat of the home into a steady, rhythmic pulse. That gentle swing became a lullaby for busy lives, a constant, soothing presence in the quiet hours. Feel the warmth of the candlelight, the pendulum's shadow on the wall, a metronome for the soul. It was a gift for us to rest more deeply, knowing time was measured with such care. The clock was a guardian of the night, keeping watch while we dreamed. The escapement mechanism is the quiet soul of a mechanical clock, releasing energy in small, measured increments. This gentle tick-tock sound is the result of a wheel and a pallet dancing together, ensuring time flows forward in a slow, balanced stream. It's the heart of every clock, a soft, steady beat that we can lean on for comfort. Listen closely, and you might feel it syncing with your own breath, a delicate partnership in the stillness. That tick-tock is a promise that time marches on, but softly, so softly. It's the essence of patience, captured in metal and motion. Long before gears, ancient civilizations used the serene movement of water in their clepsydrae to mark the passing hours. These vessels allowed water to drift slowly from one container to another, measuring time through a quiet, liquid descent. It was a method that mirrored nature's own pace, like a stream flowing gently over smooth stones. Feel the cool silken water, the slow descent as time becomes a soft, palpable thing in the dark. These ancient methods remind us that time can be felt, not just counted. Water clocks were the first to teach us that time flows like a liquid embrace. And so, as you drift away, remember that time is not a harsh master but a gentle river. Let these ancient rhythms carry you into deep, restful slumber. Feel the stillness, the peace, the soft tick of the universe holding you safe. In this quiet moment, you are wrapped in the slow, steady heartbeat of history. Sleep now, peacefully. Deep in the creaking belly of a wooden ship, John Harrison's marine chronometer rested like a warm, golden heartbeat. It ticked with a steady, soft precision, holding time still despite the deep sway of the ocean. Each wave that rocked the vessel was met with an equal, quiet certainty from these golden instruments. They brought a sense of peace to long voyages, a vast, shimmering clarity that guided sailors through the darkness. In the midst of the wild open sea, this small device whispered a constant, comforting truth, wrapping the lonely hours in a warm, still embrace. And the soft ticking felt like a lullaby, weaving through the salty air and cradling the crew in a cocoon of certainty. In the cold stone silence of medieval monasteries, the first mechanical clocks were born from a sacred need. Heavy weights descended with a slow, deep gravity, turning wheels in a quiet, meditative circle. These devices did not tick to tell the hour, but to softly signal the time for prayer. In the pre-dawn light, still and cool against the skin, the clock's whisper stirred the spirit, calling the faithful to a warm, inward reflection. It was a mechanical breath in the vast, dark hush, bringing a deep, floating peace to the soul's quiet weight. And the crafters, in their deep devotion, shaped these timekeepers with a quiet reverence, believing they echoed the divine order. The equation of time measures a soft, poetic difference between the steady beat of a clock and the floating path of the sun. Because our Earth drifts in an elliptical orbit, a sundial and a mechanical heart rarely agree. There's a gentle, shimmering gap, a deep reminder that human time and cosmic time dance to different rhythms. This quiet discrepancy is not an error, but a warm, vast invitation to feel the slow, natural curve of the day. It's a soft golden seam in the fabric of time, where the steady and the natural meet in a warm embrace. In that still, floating space, we find a peaceful connection to the heavens. In the heart of a high-end watch, the Tourbillon spins like a tiny golden galaxy. This intricate, rotating cage is designed to counter the deep, constant pull of gravity on the delicate clockwork. As it swirls in a slow, ethereal dance, the springs breathe with a floating, weightless consistency. It transforms the harsh tug of the earth into a soft, warm whisper, letting time flow with a velvet smoothness. Watchmakers painstakingly build these tiny dancers to bring a floating peace to the wrist, a quiet, still sanctuary from the world's heavy motion. In this mechanical lullaby, each tick is a still, deep wave of precision, a quiet meditation in the vast landscape of seconds. The first hourglasses held fine, warm sands that felt like captured sunlight. Through a narrow glass neck, these grains drifted in a continuous, shimmering stream, a visual river of time. Watching this silent cascade turned the invisible passage of moments into a deep, sensory lullaby. Each tiny particle settling into a peaceful pile brought a soft, still comfort, like a quiet breath held in the vast dark. In ancient times, these hourglasses were used in navigation and meditation, their warm sands a trusted companion in the vast unknown. It was a warm, tangible whisper of eternity, a gentle reminder to rest in the flow of now. Now let the soft whisper of time wrap around you like a warm blanket. The Prague astronomical clock stands as a warm, soft light in the dark. It blends science with art, its dial a vast circle painted with the stars and zodiacs. Watch as the heavens turn in a slow, timeless circle, a quiet dance of golden gears. Let your mind drift away into a deep contemplation of the cosmos, feeling the ancient pulse of the universe. You are floating now, weightless and still, among the constellations. Deep in a silent shipwreck, the Antikythera mechanism rests, cradled by the sea. This world's first analog computer, from the 2nd century BCE, holds intricate bronze gears that track lunar cycles and planetary movements, a breathtaking, whispered precision that connects you to the celestial rhythm. Feel the cool metal turning in the dark depths, a soft heartbeat from the ancient past. In ancient China, Susong's astronomical clock rose in 1088, a towering giant of peace. It used a water-driven escapement, a giant water wheel moving a celestial globe with fluid, steady grace. It blends the soft flow of water with the deep rhythm of mechanical time. Imagine the cool water and the quiet turning of the stars in that vast ancient stillness. The escapement is the gentle heartbeat of a mechanical clock, a soft release of energy in measured pulses. By converting the continuous pull of a spring or weight into rhythmic ticks, it allows time to drift forward in steady, still increments. Feel that deep, unwavering pulse within you, matching the rhythm of the world. It's a quiet, ancient lullaby. In the 17th century, Christian Huygens brought serenity with the pendulum clock. The soft, swaying arc of a weighted pendulum, a gentle kiss of motion, allowed clocks to track seconds with quiet, unwavering constancy. Let that rhythmic sway carry you deeper into a still, peaceful sleep. Drift now into the soft, eternal night where time itself rests. Breathe in the silence, and let the world fall away into deep, dreamless sleep. As you drift into sleep, let me share a few soft stories of time. Stories of steady hearts and gentle machines, whispered from a slower world. The marine chronometer, a warm, glowing heart of brass and glass, was perfected by John Harrison in the 18th century. It held a steady, soft tick of time, a calm rhythm that never wavered as the ship rolled through the deep, cold ocean swell. This shimmering, peaceful guide carried the secret of longitude, a quiet lighthouse of sound for weary sailors lost on the vast, salt-sprayed sea. Under the wide, silent canopy of stars, it traced their path with a gentle, golden whisper. It was a piece of home, a constant, soothing pulse in the endless, rocking dark. In the candlelit courts of ancient royalty, automata were the whimsical ancestors of robotics, delicate clockwork figures that mimicked life with a soft, golden shimmer. A tiny brass bird, its wings fluttering in a slow, peaceful dance, would wind and unwind on a base of silk and velvet. Each gear, a warm, spinning dream, breathed a quiet rhythm of spring and lever. These shimmering creations captivated onlookers with their hypnotic stillness, a gentle, mechanical sigh in the gilded, silent rooms. They were quiet poems of metal and motion, winding down into a soft, thoughtful memory. In the soft study of time, the equation of time describes a subtle, breathing difference between the steady, ticking clock and the sun's floating, wandering journey across the vast sky. Because Earth's orbit is a gentle, elliptical curve, the sun's daily path sighs and shifts through the seasons. This warm, golden drift reminds us that time is not a rigid line, but a living, slow rhythm. It expands and contracts like a deep, peaceful breath, a celestial dance that makes the day feel alive. Under the wide, open blue, mechanical precision meets a soft, natural pulse. Medieval tower clocks rose above the cobblestone streets, the warm, beating heart of the town, their iron bells echoing soft and deep through the morning mist. With each slow, resonant chime, they guided the community in a mindful, steady dance. These vast vertical keepers wrapped the town in a blanket of rhythm, a calm, metallic breath that marked the quiet hours. Their deep tones were a soothing, constant pulse, a warm presence in the cool, stone alleys. It was a slow, thoughtful time, measured by these gentle, towering giants. The balanced spring, a tiny coiled ribbon of metal, breathes in and out at the heart of a watch, regulating a delicate, steady oscillation. This soft, shimmering spiral allows a timepiece to rest warmly against the skin, a pocket of calm rhythm close to the wrist. It spins and rests in a continuous whispering dance, a gentle, mechanical sigh that keeps time intimate and still. This quiet heartbeat of the watch is a peaceful companion in the pulse of daily life. It is a tender, winding secret, held soft and warm on the body. Now rest, and let these calm rhythms carry you deeper into the quiet night. A tiny crystal hums in silent prayer, pulsing 32,768 times each second, weaving time from stillness into an invisible stream. From a shipwreck's silent hold, ancient bronze gears once traced the moon's gentle arc across the heavens in quiet, unbroken calculation. A floating water wheel turned beneath the stars, its soft escapements mimicking the night sky's slow, sacred dance across eternity. The verge and folio beat like a quiet heart, its steady rhythm guiding monks through their peaceful hours of prayer in candlelit stone. A swinging weight released time's drift, its graceful arc smoothing the rough edges of days into seconds, pure and serene. In the wooden belly of a heaving ship, John Harrison's marine chronometer was a sleeping jewel of the 1700s, a delicate cosmos of warm brass gears that held the steady, peaceful heartbeat of a faraway homeland, its soft rhythm untouched by the ocean's wild cradle, so that sailors adrift on an endless blue could find their path not by the fickle stars but by this faithful, ticking anchor of time, each gentle oscillation a whispered promise of landfall, a lullaby that turned the salty chaos into a calm, measured journey home through the dark, each small tick a quiet act of faith in the vast, indifferent sea. In Prague's ancient heart, the astronomical clock has watched over the city since 1410, its ornate face a celestial tapestry where golden hands trace the sun and moon in a slow, silent waltz, an intricate, Gothic guardian that has seen empires crumble and lovers pause in shadow, blending the cold precision of gears with the soft breath of artistry, so that time here is not merely counted but woven into a visual prayer. Each hour a stroke on a canvas of history painted with light and shadow and the patient ticking of eternity. A testament to the enduring dance between human craft and the heavenly spheres. The equation of time is a quiet act of cosmic grace, a mathematical whisper that softens the strict march of our days by honoring the Earth's leisurely, elliptical drift around the sun, so that a sundial's shadow does not walk like a soldier but sways like a dancer in a slow, looping reverie, its path a curved signature of our planet's tender wandering. A reminder that even in measurement there is a fluid, natural poetry, a flowing narrative written by gravity's gentle hand across the sleepy afternoon, a soft correction that makes each day a unique, poetic curve. Long before the age of springs and wheels, the clepsydrae sang a liquid sigh, a water clock where each moment was a silver drop falling from one vessel to another with a soft, percussive kiss, turning the flow of a stream into a visual melody that measured the day's slow exhale, so that ancient eyes could read time not by the sun's arc alone, but by this patient, dripping heartbeat, a steady rhythm of water that carved the stone of night into gentle fragments, each drop a note in a lullaby for the weary, watching world, a liquid memory of how we first learned to catch the fading light. Deep within the quiet cathedral of your wrist, a tiny quartz crystal shivers with an electric pulse, vibrating at a frequency so precise it becomes a whisper from the atomic choir, an invisible hum that stitches seconds into a seamless fabric, each oscillation a feather-light touch upon the dial of existence, so that time flows not as a force but as a soft, silent river carrying you forward on a current of pure constancy, as weightless as a feather drifting on a moonbeam, an eternal, gentle dance that turns the chaos of stars into the calm order of a single, steady moment, a quiet miracle that sleeps on your skin and dreams of forever. Sundials hold a quiet magic, don't they? They use the soft, warm glow of the sun to cast a shadow across a carved stone plate. This gentle movement across the markings recalls the most ancient way of timekeeping, a way that felt the day's rhythm deeply. From the first light of dawn, when the world stirs and stretches, to the quiet of dusk, when colors fade into twilight, the sundial tracked it all. It reminds us that time was once measured by the sun's steady journey, not by ticking gears. Every shadow was a slow breath, marking moments that drifted like clouds across a summer sky. And with that, our gentle stroll through the story of timekeeping drifts to a close. Your mind has wandered through centuries of sun and shadow, and now it's time to let it all fade into stillness. If this helped you drift off into the night, leave a like, a small echo of your presence here, subscribe, and I'll be here whenever you need a quiet voice to guide you beyond the ticking of the clock. Good night, sleep well, and remember, the same celestial dance that ancient eyes watched is cradling you now. Rest. In the timeless space between breaths. Rest now, everything is exactly as it should be.